They had just gotten married and she had just found out she was pregnant when her husband died instantly. She was still in tears at his memorial when a stranger appeared behind her.
I have a proposition for you.
At that moment, she was lost in grief. She couldn't even think about accepting Clark's proposal, but Clark didn't give up.
I know it's not the right place or the right time. But I figure if we marry, it'll help solve both our problems.
His wife had passed away and he just wanted someone to care for his 9-year-old daughter. Even though the timing was wrong, he asked Marty to marry him. Marty had come from the city ready to start a new life. She thought she and her husband would grow old together here. But while chasing a runaway horse, he fell, hit his head on a rock, and died instantly, pregnant and alone. Marty suddenly had nothing. No home for the winter and no money to go back. Clark's proposal became her only choice.
And I ask this only for my daughter, that she needs a woman's hand in parts of her life. I know it's not the perfect solution, but when the wagon train heads back east in the spring, I'll pay the passage so you can go home.
For the sake of her unborn baby, she finally said yes. They went to the church. The wedding was simple and over quickly. When Clark held her hand, she was visibly nervous. Even her "I do" sounded forced. Her heart was still with her late husband. She couldn't help but wonder if he was watching all of this. This marriage started without any love. At Clark's house, he gave Marty his master bedroom and moved into a small room next door. Marty didn't want any contact with him. She went inside and closed the door. She sat in the corner and cried for hours. Late into the night, the tears still wouldn't stop. The next afternoon, she finally stepped out of the room.
I've never seen nobody sleep so long. I thought you might be dead.
Clark took Missy out, leaving Marty alone. She was starving, so she went straight to the food on the stove and started eating. Afterwards, she sat on the porch swing. The sun was bright, but she felt empty inside. She couldn't stop thinking about her husband. She cried all day. By the time the father and daughter returned at dark, she was still sitting by the bed crying, alone.
Pa, is she all right?
No. But she will be.
After some time, Marty learns to hide her sadness. She puts on a pretty dress, but Missy still makes fun of her.
You got an awful lot of pretty dresses. Seems like you got an awful lot of fancy things that aren't good for much anything at all.
Clark's care slowly makes Marty feel warm inside. He helps her find the wagon she lost. He even plans to build her a bookshelf so she can put her favorite books on it. But Marty knows the truth. They are married, but only on paper. There is no real bond between them. So she asks Clark directly what she is supposed to do. Clark takes her outside the barn. He points at Missy, who never stops working, and tells Marty Missy is only 9 years old. Yet she works from sunrise to sunset every day.
Maybe if somebody's there to share the chores, she'd have time to learn some of the things I think you could teach her.
Marty agrees to try, but she grew up in the city. She has no idea how farm work actually works. She does not know how to collect eggs from the coop or how to milk a cow.
I think you better WARM your hands.
Missy cannot understand this at all. She does not get why her father married a woman like this. In her eyes, Marty cannot do anything, so she does it on purpose. She throws cow poop at Marty. She thinks it is just a joke, but Marty suddenly says, "You have to listen to me." That one line changes everything between them.
You're not my mother and I don't have to listen to you.
As long as I am here.
I don't want you here.
I've got news for you. I don't want to be here either. The fact of the matter is I made a bargain with your father and I intend to keep my end of that bargain even if you do everything short of trying to kill me in the process.
After that, they turn against each other. That night at dinner, the air feels tense and heavy. The next morning, Marty realizes Missy is gone. She rushes out to look for her and finally finds her in the storage shed. Hiding on the roof, Missy is too scared to come down because there is a skunk on the ground. It looks harmless, but once it feels threatened, it sprays. Marty slowly reaches out, trying to protect Missy and help her down. But at that moment, the family dog suddenly runs in. The movement startles the skunk and it sprays right away. Marty ends up washing herself in the bathtub. Enduring the awful smell, Missy brings tomatoes and helps Marty wash up. Most of the smell is gone, but when Clark comes home that night, he can still smell it in the house.
Better get some more tomatoes, Pa.
Marty thinks after all this, their relationship might get better, but nothing really changes. The tension is still there.
Hope you can make something better than burnt pancakes. Too bad I'll be gone, because I can make some real good fried chicken.
Marty refuses to be seen as someone who cannot do anything, and she will not let people laugh at her for not knowing how to fry chicken. She pulls out a recipe and studies it carefully. She spends a long time just trying to catch one chicken. When the father and daughter come home, the yard is already a mess, but Marty stands there proudly, holding out the fried chicken she made herself.
You made fried chicken. Good, because I was getting awful sick of bacon.
Me too.
One night, Marty is covered in the smell of chicken blood. She just wants to take a shower. But in the dark, she runs into Clark, who has no idea what is going on.
Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. Ah! Oh!
This misunderstanding almost cost Marty another husband. After spending these few days together, Missy's attitude toward Marty slowly starts to change. For the first time, they sit together without the tension. Missy even mentions her own mother for the first time. Missy doesn't say more. She simply blows out the candle. The next day, Marty notices Clark going out alone every day. She feels curious and wants to follow him, but the cold wind makes her shiver. So she gives up. When she returns to the room, she sees Missy holding her mother's dress tightly, crying softly. Seeing this, Marty feels deeply hurt. Missy notices her and thinks Marty saw her crying. She feels exposed and responds with cold words.
Spat on me!
Missy, I didn't mean to be there, but I do know what you're feeling.
Don't say that! You don't know nothing!
I do want to help you.
I don't want your help! I hated that you're here. Bye before you came. I wish it was spring so you'd leave.
Marty tries to comfort her but is pushed away. Missy shuts her out again. Hurt, Marty starts packing her things in a rush, wanting to leave right away, but Clark stops her.
Nothing's a waste of time. It adds to the person that you are. And I'm counting on the fact that knowing you is going to add to the person that Missy will become. I know you can find a way to get through to her.
Clark chooses to believe her, and Marty slowly calms down. She decides to care for the child in her own way. The next day, she brings back a dress for Missy. Missy is overjoyed. It is the best gift she has received since her mother passed away. This kindness finally brings them closer. The three of them take the wagon to a neighbor's party. Seeing the surprised looks from her friends, Missy feels what it's like to be envied for the first time. On the way back, Missy falls asleep on Marty's shoulder. The wagon suddenly jolts and Marty quickly shields her stomach. She looks at Clark nervously. She still hasn't told him she's pregnant. She quickly explains she didn't mean to hide it. Clark smiles. He is happy for her and happy for the baby. Clark's kindness moves Marty. Clark stays calm and kind. His patience really touches Marty. She realizes she is starting to feel something new for this gentle and decent man. From that day on, life at home slowly gets better, and Clark still goes out for his walks alone. Curiosity makes Marty follow him under the clear sky. Clark is singing, "The song is for his late wife." At first, Marty thinks the song is for her. She stops and listens, but as she hears the lyrics, she realizes she was wrong. The song is meant for another woman. Marty does not disturb him. She turns and walks away. On her way home, she spots the horse that went missing. She walks over to it and thinks about her late husband. Winter comes fast and the west light snow quickly turns into a blizzard.
Winter's coming on with the subtle in the snake bite. It's white out.
Where's Marty?
Isn't she here?
She went walking back when you did.
The situation becomes dangerous. Clark runs into the storm to find her wind, and snow hit his face. He can barely open his eyes. Time is running out. Every minute that passes puts Marty in more danger. Luckily, Clark finally finds her. She has already lost consciousness from the cold. Clark picks her up and starts heading home. But everything around him is white. He loses his direction. At that moment, Missy comes up with an idea. She bangs a pan over and over, using the sound to guide him back. They finally make it home safely. Marty is still unconscious. Clark stays by her side all night. The next morning, sunlight comes through the window, and Marty finally wakes up.
We should never have gone after that horse.
Man loses a horse, he goes after it. As simple as that.
As time passes, the bond between Clark and Marty grows stronger. They begin to look forward to a new baby. On Christmas Day, Clark wants to surprise her. He carefully decorates a Christmas tree and builds a warm baby crib by hand. When Marty's due date arrived, his daughter, Missy, waited outside the delivery room. She stayed there until she heard the baby cry, and only then did she relax. It was a boy. The baby brought joy to the house and gave the family a sense of hope. As life began to change, the couple's relationship was put to the test. Even then, neither of them spoke honestly about how they felt. One day, the neighbors came to visit. The neighbor's wife noticed Marty's struggle and decided to share her own story. She had lost her husband before in an accident. Later, she met the man she married now. He stayed by her side and slowly helped her heal. She told Marty, "Don't let the past trap you and don't give up on the life you have now." Marty began to think about all the time she had spent with Clark. Without realizing it, he had become the person who mattered most in her life. So Marty wrote a letter and placed it inside Clark's book. She hoped he would find it and understand how she felt, but the letter slipped out. Clark never saw it. He believed Marty had already decided to leave, and Marty believed he did not care about her feelings. On the day of the departure, Marty kept her eyes on Clark. Clark wanted to speak, but in the end, he stayed silent. Marty left with the wagon train. Back at home, Clark broke down. He fell to his knees in prayer. As he bowed his head, he finally saw the letter. In that moment, he understood Marty's feelings and realized he could not lose her. He mounted his horse and rode after her.
Marty! Marty!
what are you doing?
A man loses his woman, he goes after her. It's as simple as that.
I thought you wanted me to go.
I didn't see the note.
You didn't try to stop me.
Don't leave. Stay with us. Stay with me.
But I have to stay for the right reasons.
Stay because I love you. I love you.
Maybe I should stay because I love you.
His love is not loud, but it is always there, growing little by little, quiet and lasting.